Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of that show that will not be named. I'm your host, Brian, or to Game Prince, whatever you prefer, and I'm kind of tired. I got work early tomorrow, so I'm going to jump right into this, jump right out. This is going to be a quick video. We're just going to be looking up the wrap-up for American Horror Story Apocalypse. Just watched the last episode, so I loved this season. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Having said that, I have some complaints. Hang on. I need the effect. 1 second. Okay. Having said that, I have some complaints. Get it? The light was flat. I was going for a theatrical showman type thing. So, Michael Langdon was defeated. By the way, spoilers, major spoilers. But this video isn't meant for anyone who didn't see the season finale. So, for those of you who did see the season finale, anyone else feel super fucking bad for Langdon? He's just like, okay, I'm sorry, Grandma, I didn't mean to kill this person, I'll change my ways, yada yada. Get the fuck out of my house. Okay. Walks outside, gets run over by a car, fucking dies in the street. And then in his dying breath is told to go to hell. Like, he didn't do anything yet. Like, that's horrible. I felt so fucking bad for Langdon. I don't know what it was. It just seems so shitty. Like, he didn't do the bad things yet. I don't know. It just seems very unjustified. Never did I think I'd be feeling bad for him. Even after all the bad shit he did. I don't know. Dude's got a baby face. It's just so sad. This season was so sad. So much loss. There was a loss in the show. Anyways, moving right along, there are a few things that rubbed me the wrong way. Things that I didn't really think made sense. I actually made a checklist here. As I was watching it at the end, I went back and made a list. How did Bubbles, at least I think that was her name, Bubbles. Yeah. How did she get into the bunker if she was killed during Langdon's raid on, if she was killed during Langdon's raid on the Coven? How did she get into the bunker? She was there. She was picked up by her gay nephew or grandson. I forget the family relationship. But she was picked up by Evan Peters' hairstylist character at the beginning of the season. But as you saw it later on, she died when Langdon raided in and everyone tried to throw the shit at him and he pulled a Neo, like in the Matrix, and he just shot them all full of nails, I think. I don't know what the fuck they were. But she died. And they didn't even really mention, like, I know when they were talking about Zoe and Queenie, like, their souls were wiped from existence. Okay. But they didn't really tackle what happened to Bubbles at all. So, is that just, like, some shitty writing on Ryan Murphy's part? Or are we just supposed to assume? Because, hey, I'm all fine with the idea of assuming that, oh yeah, they found her and they brought her back. But then that leads me to question, if they found and brought her back, then why did they not bring anybody else back? That doesn't make any sense. Or is this going to tie into next season? I don't know. What the fuck did... It's so confusing. It has me racked. It has me really pissed. Why was Bubbles in the fucking bunker if she died? It makes no sense. Can anyone else answer this for me? Or is there like something I missed? I don't know. Next thing. Anton LaVey. Nigga died in 1997. How's he alive in 2020? Like, I get it, like, Ryan Murphy and, like, all, they do history things all the time. You know, I get it. It's like, you go back in time, this historical event, this happened, yada yada. But Anton LaVey died, like, in the 90s. And then it said in, like, 2020, when the new Antichrist was born, a poor old white guy, black girl's child, when he was born, he's the new Antichrist. So apparently the Antichrist thing is, like, inevitably going to happen. It's just going to keep going on and going on and going on forever, I guess. Which, do you know what that entails? Because Apocalypse, the season finale, ended the way it did, it's now going to... That's going to mean that next season is going to take place somewhere back in the timeline. Because I doubt they're going to make an immediate follow-up to Apocalypse. I doubt they're going to make a season that's an immediate follow-up to it. I definitely don't think that's happening. But why was Anton LaVey, father of Satanism, dark priest of all things, why was he alive in 2020? Doesn't make sense. I don't get it. You don't even give me any reasons. They don't give you anything. It's just, oh, the devil brought him back. Well, yeah, but can you tell me that? I'd like to know. Also, I don't know how the fuck the witches are ever going to plan to get rid of the Antichrist on account of LaVey being alive, the devil worshippers in that city being alive, the Doomsday Nerds being alive, the Illuminati still being alive, and the fact that there's another Antichrist on the rise. Seems to me like the witches got to kill a heavy amount of people, like a large amount of people. They got to start knocking them off before we really get anywhere. And the last thing on my list, which isn't really a complaint as much as it is a praise, time travel's now canon in the universe. Honestly, next season, I'm really hoping we get a return to Asylum, just because I want to see more aliens. I'm really interested in the aliens. I want to see what will happen. Maybe the witches will verse the aliens, or maybe... Oh, wait a minute. Son of a fucking bitch. All the warlocks are alive too. Damn it. This sucks. Everyone's alive again. So what the fuck are they going to do? What were they planning on doing? What was the game plan? I'm actually confused now. Just because they killed Langdon doesn't mean they got any closer. They're just going to yeah, they're just going to find another person, and then more Satan shit, and then Mario and Luigi are going to have another bad day, and then they're going to plan Doomsday all over again, and they're going to build another fucking robot. It's just going to happen again. What was the whole point of the season? I think that's the thing. I'm feeling as if this entire season was kind of pointless. Because since everything's just going to continue all over again. I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be like, yeah, you triumphed over evil, but there's this evil thing lurking in the background. This wasn't an evil thing lurking in the background like a cliffhanger or like a little thing. It was more like a, fuck you, everything you just did was completely pointless. Ha 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 ha. And I just feel kind of gypped. Things weren't explained. Also, did anyone else feel like this season was kind of rushed? I don't know what it was. This season I was just expecting this episode, like, to just be another episode. And then I sat down and I watched the preview or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, season finale. And I'm like, I needed this to keep me busy, like, well past after Christmas. Because didn't they have seasons that ran, like, well past Christmas into the next year? Or something or other? Maybe that's another show I watched? I don't watch that many shows. I don't know. The season was just very odd. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought everything in this season was total fan service. Fan service of the yin yang. But definitely think Constance, or whatever the fuck her name is, I think that was her name. Terrible mother. Absolute terrible mother. I mean, even if the Antichrist is breaking down in front of you, how do you say no to that boy's eyes? He just seems so sad, and it's the only time I've ever sympathized with a really bad guy. But it seemed bad because Langdon didn't do anything bad. I keep saying that, but I keep forgetting he keeps killing people every time they go into the house. And I love the whole... When she comes into his bedroom around the middle or so-ish of the episode, and he's like, he kept chanting Latin and it was hurting my ears. And I'm like, that's funny. Very odd season. So, tell me what you guys think. Why the hell was Anton LaVey alive when he should have died in the 90s? Why was Bubbles why was she in her mansion to get picked up by her nephew when she was shot full of shit during Michael's raid on the Coven? And I love the excuse to bring Misty Day back. It was just, the demons don't like the Antichrist or the devil or anything, so they're doing me favors now. Like, that's Mallard. That's like her whole thing. Like, he's like, yeah, it turns out even like demons don't like their job. And I'm like, when the fuck did this become supernatural? Where you're like teaming up with the King of Hell every once in a while. That's gonna be weird. Also, Papa Legba. Papa Legba. I definitely thought he would be one of those deities that would be like, I can't have all the dead in hell or whatever passing through, because I thought that would create some kind of fuck up in this, I don't know, space-time continuum. I love his whole stance on, like, no, if the whole world's gonna perish, who gives a fuck? I was a little fuzzy when they traded the one voodoo queen's soul for what's-her-name's? Laveau. Was it Laveau? Madame Laveau? Something like that? Yeah. When they traded her soul for the other witches. Because... for the other voodoo queens. Because... I wasn't sure if that was a rule or not. Like, are you allowed to... They might have mentioned this in one of the past seasons. I have to go back to season 3. Now I want to go back to season 3. I want to rewatch the whole thing. What the fuck happened to Evan Peters, the zombie? I want to know. Did they just up and kick him out? Did he die? Did he perish? What the hell happened? Did they execute him for killing... what's her name? Never explained it. Never touched upon. Never mentioned. I love how characters this season just... never even existed. What are you talking about? Yeah, what happened to Evan Peters? Why was Bubbles alive? Why is Anton LaVey alive? Some reasons, please. And, yeah, I think that's about it. And I love the whole quip, like, oh yeah, what's her name is still in hell, but it's okay, she can afford to stay down there a little longer. I'm like, bitch, she gunned down the Antichrist for you guys and let you get away. That's not worth some props? Like, come on. You're letting her just chill in hell, like, seems fucked up to me. And then at the same time, I also have to remember she's thinking from the mindset of somebody who realizes that that whole timeline didn't happen. And the whole thing is, I'm just troubled by it because it's such a mind fuck. I mean, it's not like a super mind fuck. I've, of course, explored more complicated storylines than American Horror Story season Apocalypse. But I don't know what it is. Season just confuzzled me. But, like I said, next season... hopefully we'll get some of that shit answered, or maybe somebody will run up to Ryan Murphy and ring him by the collar in one of his interviews and be like, won't you explain this shit to us? Come on. But... I think I overshot that. Anyways, those are my thoughts on American Horror Story Season Apocalypse, because I forget what number it is. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. If you have any answers, maybe if I'm just too tired or drunk or I wasn't paying attention enough, please feel free to explain to me why I'm wrong in the comment section below. I'd love to discuss this with people. I have nobody to talk to this show about. Other than my girlfriend and like two other people. No, nobody watches this show but us. Fuck. Okay, yeah. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for putting up with my drinking habits. And I will see you all next time. Adios. Bye.